To help me dispose of a murder weapon. Chocolate is the perfect medium for crime. This is Tony Mushroom. He tried to steal my secret recipe for Bakewell tart.
Thank you so much!
You're a real evil bastard, you are, Tony Mushroom.
I hate chocolate, I hate it!
Nobody badmouths chocolate in my house. Choke on this, you fungal shit. Don't fill up on neck chocolate, Nigel. We've got a murder weapon to eat. Yay!
What you just watched is exactly the kind of thing that makes me stop scrolling mid-Instagram feed, pause a TikTok, or binge a few minutes on YouTube. A tiny yellow wizard and his long-suffering steed Marmalade, having just engaged in the weirdest, funniest and most magical misadventure on the internet. On the surface, Nigel and Marmalade looks ridiculously simple. Minimal backgrounds, short clips that barely last a few minutes, but if you actually pay attention, and I mean really look while you're scrolling past your feed, you realize how meticulously crafted the chaos is. Every glowing spell, monotone line delivered comedically by Marmalade, or garbled sentence spoken by Nigel, thanks to the subtitles helping us understand him, this web series is calibrated to make you laugh, shudder and sometimes both at the same time. It's a perfect storm of absurdity and casual gore that somehow feels personal, like the universe is having these little moments of disasters just for your entertainment while you sip your coffee or doom scroll in bed. And trust me, if you haven't yet, you should totally go subscribe to Tom Bates' channel for the full experience, and mine if you like what you see here. The tonal balance is what keeps it compelling. Most dark comedy relies on verbal irony or punchline structure, but Nigel and Marmalade achieves its effect primarily visually and orally, relying on subtlety and timing rather than exposition. The humor emerges from the collision of the ordinary and the catastrophic, the calm, resigned delivery of Marmalade against the anarchic, often incomprehensible wizardry of Nigel. The result is a layered experience. Laughter is paired with tension, amusement tinged with mild discomfort, as the universe within the series constantly breaks conventional expectations of morality, physics, and narrative resolution, creating a viewing experience that is intellectually engaging while being emotionally visceral, where even the briefest clip invites reflection on the absurdity of the minute catastrophes unfolding on screen. The brevity and minimalist animation amplifies everything. Every twitch, every garbled spell, every explosion or bodily transformation is exaggerated to occupy a concentrated emotional registry, forcing attention and heightening impact in a way that longer or more detailed sequences often dilute. The absurdity and horror of each gag are compressed into moments that hit immediately, leaving a lingering effect that sticks in the mind and invites rewatching and reflection. This compression heightens the intensity of each moment, demonstrating that comedy and horror do not require sprawling setups, long-form narrative arcs, or even dialogue-heavy exposition. Precision in timing, visual rhythm, character interaction, and subversion of expectation is enough to deliver something simultaneously hilarious, horrifying, and memorably strange, a testament to the careful design of every element in these short sequences. Finally, the appeal lies in this paradoxical combination of accessibility and depth. Its absurd surface humor works on casual viewing, allowing almost anyone to enjoy a quick laugh at the bizarre events having just unfolded, while attentive observation reveals layers of dark satire, subtle horror, and carefully orchestrated narrative chaos. In this video, I will explore the mechanics of its dark comedy, the interplay between character voices, all done by Tom, and narrative chaos, the aesthetic strategies that make Nigel and Marmalade simultaneously unsettling, hilarious, and cleverly structured, showing how its brief, simple-looking episodes achieve a density of effect far beyond what their short runtimes might suggest. At the core of Nigel and Marmalade is the careful calibration of timing, visual absurdity, and implied consequences, a combination that produces an experience both viscerally funny and subtly disturbing. Each gag is designed to produce a dual reaction, amusement at the absurdity and discomfort at the unexpected outcome, often occurring simultaneously. Take for instance, the flower given lungs by Nigel only to be violently expelled from its own body now that it is finally free. It is a miniature ecological catastrophe compressed into a short, almost clinical sequence, yet it functions as comedy precisely because of its timing. The exaggeration of motion, the juxtaposition of whimsy with horror, and the deliberate pacing that emphasizes the escalation. Humor and horror are inseparable here, and the precision, the brief pause before the explosion of guts, Marmalade's understated reaction, the stillness that follows, makes the moment land with surprising impact. Each act, therefore, is a destruction of simultaneously being a punchline and a miniature horror tableau, demonstrating the thoughtfulness behind the chaos, the meticulous orchestration of visual cues, and the layered timing that makes every sequence in every episode feel unique and finely tuned. This duality extends to the handling of consequence, which diverges from the conventions of traditional cartoon logic in fascinating ways. Unlike most animated sequences, where destruction is reset or neutralized to preserve continuity or prevent discomfort, Nigel and Marmalade presents outcomes that are extreme but consistent within its own absurdist internal rules. Plants are transformed grotesquely, and bodies contort in exaggerated ways that are simultaneously alarming yet hilarious. Marmalade's deadpan commentary provides a narrative anchor, offering context and grounding the viewer amid the escalating absurdity on screen. This created, and still manages to create, a persistent tension. The audience laughs because the situation is ridiculous, yet the presentation of serious consequences keeps the stakes palpable, making the humor feel sharper and the horror more subtly affecting. The sound design amplifies this effect, layering meaning, rhythm, and emphasis in ways that reinforce the visuals. Nigel's garbled vocalizations, though cute, are often incomprehensible without the use of subtitles. The understated thunks, squishes, and explosions, as well as musical reinforcements, reinforce the contrast between violence and comedy, giving a sense of weight and timing to every chaotic event and enhancing the simultaneity of horror and humor. By requiring the audience to engage with the soundscape actively, the animation makes humor participatory, demanding cognitive involvement that amplifies engagement and deepens the experience of each sequence beyond mere surface-level amusement. Finally, the brevity of each clip intensifies the impact, compressing chaotic events into rapid bursts that deliver maximum tension and comedy in minimal time. The rapid succession of magical misfires, casual gore, and absurd bodily mistransformations produces a cumulative effect that magnifies shock, surprise, and amusement. Each episode or clip functions as a microcosm of anarchic creativity, demonstrating that short-form animation can achieve an emotional and narrative intensity comparable to more elaborate works, and ensuring that every appearance of the series in a feed is immediately engaging, memorable, and densely packed. The dynamic between Nigel and Marmalade is central to the series' dark comedic effect, creating a layered tension that underpins the absurdity of each episode. Nigel embodies anarchic, magical energy, chaotic and genuinely incomprehensible, while Marmalade serves as the measured, deadpan counterpart who interprets, reacts, and observes. This balance is what allows the audience to process each scene. Nigel generates the chaos, Marmalade provides context and commentary, and together they provide a rhythm that is simultaneously tense yet humorous. The contrast between unrestrained magic and calm observation keeps the narrative coherent while maximizing impact, highlighting the interplay between unpredictability and grounded perspective that makes each clip compelling. Their interactions also establish a distinct narrative rhythm that structures even the shortest sequences. Nigel's actions are rapid, rather erratic, and comedically unpredictable, punctuated by Marmalade's measured commentary, which allows viewers a moment to process the absurdity and recognize patterns within the chaos. The horror is framed through Marmalade's perspective, giving the audience space to observe, reflect, and laugh simultaneously, creating a delicate balance that makes the sequence both readable and emotionally resonant. Nigel's unintelligible speech adds yet another layer to the narrative strategy. Subtitles guide interpretation, but the incomprehensibility emphasizes chaos and encourages viewers to mentally participate in decoding events, enhancing the humor and suspense. This strategy, for lack of a better word, makes even brief clips feel dense, rich, and comedically satisfying, as every gag contains multiple layers of British absurdity, horror, and narrative logic that rewards repeated viewings. The narrative chaos is deliberately structured rather than random. Each catastrophe follows a loose but coherent logic. The flower lungs sequence that everybody should know exemplifies this point. An innocuous experiment caused by Nigel's magic escalates into extreme absurdity, demonstrating the careful orchestration of escalation, timing, and visual exaggeration. Even in short sequences, the logic of chaos is apparent, showing that humor, horror, and narrative coherence coexist seamlessly in these condensed, high-impact, yet incredibly hilarious moments. The minimalism of Nigel Marmalade is part of its strength, operating as both an aesthetic and narrative amplifier. Simplified character designs and sparse backgrounds focus our attention on action, reaction, and consequence, ensuring that every motion, explosion, spell, or transformation is immediately enjoyable. Nigel's blocky yellow figure, Marmalade's lack of expressions, and the absence of visual clutter allows the grotesque moments, exploding plants, dismemberments, or absurd bodily contortions to register clearly, heightening impact and humor simultaneously. The minimalism serves as a framework for precision, emphasizing timing, exaggeration, and consequence over visual complexity, demonstrating how simplicity can amplify the absurdity and intensity of every single gag. Color and composition reinforce tone and emotional resonance. Bright yellows, muted backgrounds, and strong contrasts create a playful, whimsical, fantasy-heavy aesthetic, which is then juxtaposed with violent, grotesque, and chaotic events. This visual tension enhances the dark comedy, producing cognitive dissonance that makes the absurdity both readable and emotionally engaging. It's a balance that sustains attention, reinforces humor, and ensures that even brief clips leave a strong impression, highlighting the careful integration of design and narrative in these minimalist sequences. Timing and editing are of course critical, extending the expressive capacity of the simple visuals. Minimalist designs allow for exaggerated pauses, sudden cuts, and rather elongated reactions which amplify every event. A flower inflating its lungs, a body twitching, toes growing out of nowhere, all making them land with maximal effect. The simplicity directs attention fully toward the chaotic events themselves, heightening humor, horror, and tension. Each clip demonstrates mastery of rhythm, pacing, and escalation, showing that precise execution can produce densely layered and emotionally resonant content even within extremely brief animation shorts. Nigel Marmalade demonstrates the genius of dark comedy through minimalistic animation, precise British chaos, and carefully calibrated character dynamics. The humor arises from the collision of absurdity and horror, the interplay of Nigel's incomprehensibly cute wizardry-sounding voice, and Marmalade's deadpan commentary. Each clip, brief as they may be, delivers a concentrated experience of amusement, tension, and surprise, illustrating how horror, comedy, and narrative coherence can coexist in microscale animation without ever losing both impact or clarity. Its brilliance lies in paradox, concise yet dense, simple yet conceptually rich, grotesque yet whimsical, chaotic yet carefully orchestrated. Each magical catastrophe, twitch of a body part, or explosion is designed to maximize both laughter and mild unease. It creates a layered, immersive experience that rewards attention to detail. The rhythm of chaos, timing, and commentary gives each sequence depth, making even short clips feel substantial, carefully composed, and satisfying. Ultimately, the genius of Nigel Marmalade's dark comedy resides in precision, restraint, and imaginative designs. The series demonstrates how absurdity and chaos can be structured to generate humor and tension simultaneously, exemplifying the potential of minimalist animation to create something both unsettling and entertaining while rewarding attention and reflection on the nuances of timing, design, and character interplay.